in the 6th position on the table as well, just 1 position above where he finished in the Betway Premiership last season, where Mamelodi Sundowns were crowned champions. We heard from Miguel Cardoso when he was having a chat to Laurent Parco, and William 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐖𝐀𝐘, not a happy man.
Well, clearly he's a coach that likes to use width a lot, and this pitch is a little bit narrow. The length is not a big problem, it's just the width that can be challenging, because if you want to open up a very low block, you need to be able to create a good width, and in this case, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but they're quality side.
It will be Polokwane City who will get us underway tonight. It's the 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐖𝐀𝐘 Stadium. He's the home side of Magesi FC, who managed to escape from the relegation zone with a draw against 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐿𝐾 away in the Rockets' backyard. Polokwane City then in the by from Reyners, who right at the moment is playing in the centre position, and 𝐁𝐿𝐼𝐿 just about gets on the end of it, bringing a roar to the supporters from Sundowns out on the far side. But this is how Mamelodi Sundowns will play. It's all possession.
It's all playing diagonals, ball changing from the one channel to the other in trying to stretch the defensive line.
I was very surprised that he didn't actually take a shot at it on the volley. Ikram Reyners.
Of course, he drops in front of him.
12 goals in the Betway City to defend, but they do have 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐿𝐾 and 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐈𝐏. Little dink in towards Peter 𝐁𝐿𝐼𝐿. Players lining up to have a shot, and a bit of width off it as well. Bakalisu Mudau stayed forward, almost like a striker himself.
This is what he does. He's amazing. He's got incredible energy levels. Yeah, it's just a few sports.
Allende at Williams, bit of space and drives himself through it. Eventually pulls the trigger.
He got a deflection as he's been given as a
Marcelo Allende, 25th game of the season, and space for the header that goes just wide. 𝐁𝐿𝐼𝐿 in the mix.
Possibly maybe Damane as well, who's one of those tall who gets to the end of most of the set pieces. Very sneaky.
First time we've really seen a concerted attack from Polokwane to come back and defend. Allende getting himself in the mix as well, and now an opportunity for the transition. Offside. Flag goes up early against the Namibian.
The strikers clear, or when the strikers are shooting, they see just one bright light and they hit in that direction, then half the time it goes straight to the goalkeeper. One coach once told me, bright colors are very important for you as a goalkeeper. That's just a myth.
And with the pitch as small as what it is, it does make it difficult. As 𝐁𝐿𝐼𝐿 looks towards the assistant referee, Babafana Vistende. And I'm sure Mangoba and Miti would have relished in that. It's a nice shot on the volley.
On the 10 by Reyners. And which could have caught the goalkeeper flat-footed, because when the players facing the opposite direction, sometimes you don't expect him to turn and shoot like immediately.
Ramaja, nice turnaround though by Polokwane City. They'll have a free kick here too. Chance for 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐿𝐾, left side is fullback. It's a nice little ball. Williams beaten, the offside flag raised. No doubt that Simon Ramabu will be launching himself down the right-hand side in front of Matuludi. It's gone out of play.
Fortunately, his first touch let him down. I think
Aubrey Modiba on the left-hand side. Now a little floater in towards Mudau. And that is exactly what Coach Miguel Cardoso was talking. There's a hold on the ball, and then they push forward, and just for a moment Matabula lost his footing.
It looks like it's building towards something like that.
Okwena to challenge, keep it. Nice pick up by 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐿𝐾. And again trying to thread the eye of the needle, and again that little push, just a little on the strong side. Reyners offside. Second time.
High corner. Reyners says Now let's look at this.
More pressure coming from Mokoena. Mokoena with the second bite of the cherry. And even when he's in that offside angle with his right boot, he pings it with tremendous power, yes, over the crossbar. But it's a really good piece of technique from 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐖𝐀𝐘.
Not much of a run in, yes. He took it from very close where you don't expect much of power to come from that.
A lot of players inside that penalty area. Shalolile is at the back post. Still a chance. I thought very influential 21st match of the season. Madao! Leapu. Pinged in by 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐖𝐀𝐾. Offside flag's gone up. Assistant referee Polokwane 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐈𝐏.
The other problem, Mamelodi Sundowns, I said this game was cancelled twice before this moment.
And 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐼𝐏 on the overlap. Snatches the ball out of the air. Does Ronwen William. But you got the back forward and 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐼𝐏 on the left-hand side. As they appeal for an obstruction from Kunamani and Dumane to Polokwane City. I don't think they're going to get anything from referee Skumbuzo Gasa. Mokoena with a drive, quite capable of hitting the target from that range, and that's twice he's had a shot now. Big smile on the face of the 29-year-old.
Gets a deflection.
An offside flag up against Polokwane City again.
Now look where Mokoena pops up now, right with the defender. So when I say the three, any of them can end up
team effort here, and I tell you what, Pudima has done a great job with this team.
But what happens is Sundowns scores. That is when all falls flat, because now they'll have to open up
to be in 9th position on the live table at the moment. Allende has got much better of an angle this time, and there was a deflection. Polokwane. Look at Ramabu, he's back defending. This is Mokoena. Good ball there.
Nikani in that center of defense beginning of the season. And then Gundela gets injured. And Ngaki comes in. And now Nikani gets injured. Ramaja gets the position.
Mokoena, Allende. It's a decent ball, and that'll be a corner, no doubt, for Mamelodi Sundowns, and really making hay while the sun shines. Five minutes of stoppage time away from half-time. How close was this? Another great challenge. Rainers. Shalolile! So close.
So close. I'm beginning to think maybe a bit of rustiness from Shalolile. I think he gets there, but he doesn't quite wrap his foot over the ball to redirect it towards goal. Great effort nonetheless.
Mudao is the target. Oh, and not quite what the doctor ordered. He was looking for a little back heel inside. Opportunity for Bongekosi Dlamini. Space here for Dlamini. Cuts it back. Ramabu waiting inside the penalty area. Forward again by 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐼𝐏, and that was as close as they've come, Polokwane City, in the match. And Chabalala. Ramabu. Lots of orange jerseys in the penalty area, and again, there's a swing at the ball.
And I saw one long pass with the flood of players that joined into the attack. Maybe they'll be...
Dumani, nice first touch. And we'll flick in towards Peter Shalolile, offside. And the discipline from the Polokwane City camp continues.
Well, I guess the coach didn't have to say much. His boys, you realize what he did? Yes, clearly Shalolile is offside there. He scores goals from such situations.
Lovely ball to Motiba. And Zwane is again flummoxed.
The line. Whatever through pass that they try to put through.
As well, from Zwane. Matebula comes out with a good save. Well, not quite cleared off the line, but I suppose the intervention was adequate enough. In front of Peter Shalolile, Allende with a delightful touch to Zwane. Matebula with a thumbs up to his defence.
Nice pick-up.
But that's one of the drills that you see goalkeepers going through in not only the warm-ups but in training sessions. It's 10 minutes played in the second half. Mokoena holds beautifully onto the ball before being muscled off it. Big figure of Mapangule, uncompromising, is the 29-year-old who played his football in the first division with Umbombela. A little bit of a double dummy. Obi Modiba to the back post. Matebula intervenes. Offside flag was up anyway against Sundowns, and was that a collision between keeper and defender? Because is that Mannion Kimbala that's not looking too healthy there? Muscle injury to 𝐿INDO Matebula. Came from.
Well picked up. Nice and early. Bit close to the keeper. Makes it look so easy, Williams. But he doesn't quite get a good hand to get the distance away. And that's why he needed to react very quickly to get up.
It is their way through. Lovely defending from 𝐿INDO. Eventually the shot does come in. Back into his opponent. And again, there's a protest from the Mamelodi Sundowns bench. Rain is with a wry smile on his face, and Peter Shalolile was the man who was involved with 𝐿INDO Matebula, who I think is playing rather nicely tonight, the goalkeeper of Polokwane City. Across the bench of Miguel Cardoso, and it looks as if he's about to make a change while that's all happening. Matebula is being brought into action, I think a little more than what we...
That maybe can work with Sundowns.
Sundowns push forward, and a first touch in the back of the net. The flag stays down. Allende takes the celebrations. Cardoso is unmoved, but finally the deadlock is broken in 𝐁𝐄𝐓𝐖𝐀𝐘. Matebula beaten. Just after the substitutions made, Polokwane City not able to hold out.
I want you to maybe look at the distance from where that strike came from. Probably the goalkeeper unsighted because they're so deep into his face. And that basically was the point I was trying to make all along, to say there's always a chance for the midfielders to come in handy.
Sixth goal of the season for the Chilean. Beautifully set up. And the ball still in play. Mamelodi. Robert Williams has to defend. Great play by Bongi Dlamini on that occasion, and for Mamelodi Sundowns, Allende to the back post. Keeper makes a brilliant save off the fingertips. Matebula. Full stretch there for 𝐿INDO.
We'll get to see this. I want to say a little bit about that save, just from an educational point of view.
Of pressure this time from Cupido. Penalty awarded. Player down in the penalty area. The referee points to the spot. And Polokwane City not quite coming apart at the seams, but Mamelodi Sundowns applying the sort of pressure that is really to keep his position. It's a good save from Matebula, trying to be a little bit too cute. Is the returning from France, and Matebula gets a huge congratulations, but no, it's not clever.